questions for Coach?
Bill, can winning a game the way you did, overcoming as much as you did, how can that help a team?
You know, I just, again, we have a lot of tough kids. Give a lot of credit to Syracuse. I think they're a well-coached team. I believe that they came out with a great defensive game plan, and they put a lot of pressure on us. I would have done the same thing. We have to learn how to deal with the pressure better on offense, and we will. And I thought our defense came through big time, and that's Penn State defense. I think our special teams, you know, showed some signs. Obviously, Sam kicked the ball well today, and that was good to see. But you know, we got a long way to go. It's just one. We're just trying to win the day. We won today. We're grateful for that. We're just going to try to do a good job reviewing it tomorrow as a staff, and then get the guys back and start getting ready for Eastern Michigan on Monday.
Could you go over the 3rd and 11 play? I would say the prior regime never ever would have probably done that, not making any judgment on it one way or the other. But it's different. It's a different thing, the 3rd and 11 play with 7 minutes to go. And you let Hackenberg throw the ball.
Yeah, hindsight being 20/20, I put him in a bad situation there, and I got to review that. You know, he made a mistake, but you know, I put him in that position, so I got to coach that better with those guys. And you talking about the interception?
Yeah, but the play might have been there. You know.
Yeah, they dropped the guy out. It was a great call by them. They spied a guy out from the defensive line. The guy made a great play, and you know, I'm not sure Christian's ever even seen that before in a live game. So. You know, I have to do a better job.
Was that a zone blitz and the D dropped out?
You know, Dave, I got to see the film.
Right.
It's hard to see from the field, but I'm sure it was something, some type of pressure. But you know, personally, I just need to do a better job coaching him on that play.
But the point is, you gave him the freedom to make a mistake, so you clearly believe in the guy.
Penn State, we can't dip our toe in the water. I mean, we got to come out ready to go. We got to take our shots. If we make a mistake, play complementary football, see if the defense can hold them there. You know, we put them in a very tough spot, and luckily. You know, they gave up the touchdown there on the 1 yard line, but then they stopped them, and then we got the ball back and were able to run some time off the clock, and then they stopped them again. You know, so we have a lot of improvement to do on offense, but I think everybody can see that there's talent on offense, and it's young mixed with veteran, and I just need to do a better job coaching those guys on offense.
What went into the decision?
Christian handle himself poise-wise?
He's a very poised kid. He's got a fantastic demeanor. He's got great parents, and I think that's one of the reasons. That's one of the things that stood out to me in recruiting. That he's a young guy. He's only 18. He's got a tremendous future, but you know, we're not ready to waltz him into the College Football Hall of Fame, or certainly the NFL Hall of Fame. I mean, we're just saying that, look, you know, the guy's a talented guy. He's got a long way to go. It's one game. He made some nice throws. He made some mistakes. I made some bad play calls, put him in some bad situations, and you know, we'll just keep learning from each other. And he's a fun guy to coach.
The decision not to play Allen, and then can you address that, and then talk about the impact he made as soon as you got in there?
Yeah, the decision not to play Allen the first half is between me and Allen. I'm sure all the beat reporters will try to beat that out of our players somehow. They'll try to get it out of them like they did the starting quarterback job. But you know, I think that that's between Allen and I. Allen's a great player. He's got a fantastic future. I love coaching the kid. I think he's a great kid. Another guy that comes from a great family, and it was important to you know, make that decision for him. But when he came back in the second half, obviously we tried to get him the ball. He's a dynamic player.
Bill, what did Christian do over the last couple of weeks to earn the starting spot?
You know, he came into practice every day very focused. He made his share of mistakes. They both did. You know, I'd say it was pretty even. You know, I wouldn't say that, you know, it was something where one guy just blew the other guy out of the water. I think it was fairly even. I just, you know, I had to make a decision for the team. The decision was made, you know, a while ago, a couple weeks ago. I don't think it's my obligation to announce that. I just don't think it is. But I think it's my obligation to make sure the football team knows that, and that's what I did. And so I really take offense to some of the indecisive things that I read sometimes about me. One thing about me, I may make bad decisions, but I make decisions. And so I made a decision on that 2 weeks ago to get him ready for the game. And you know, he's got a long way to go, but you know, for the first game, he did some nice things.
No, you seem to take the wraps off him in the second half. You seem to take the wraps off of him a little bit in the second half. Was that?
Not really.
Well, he threw more deep balls, things like that.
He ran the ball a lot. Yeah, so not really.
Bill, talk about Gary Gilliam's effort on that save 7 points on that interception.
Say that again.
Talk about Gilliam's
Oh.
effort on that save 7 points on the interception.
Just he's a for a big guy. What a fantastic athlete. tough guy. People in that locker room hold Gary in very high regard. He's a guy that has a lot of respect in our program for everything that he's been through, where he's come from. I expected nothing less of him than to go chase that down, and that does show his athletic ability, but also his heart and toughness.
Bill, did you think you'd have more success running the ball?
You know what, Neil, I think, we got to go back and look at the tape. I believe Syracuse did a really good job. They pressured it. There were times when they knew we were going to run it. I knew we were going to run it. Everybody in the stadium knew we were going to run it. But the goal was to win the game. And so I think at the end our defense bailed us out and played a hell of a football game, and we won the game. So got to give Syracuse run defense a ton of credit. But, we're Penn State. We got to run the football when we're supposed to run the football. But obviously we got to do a better job, personally me, of planning for it and when to call it and when to call a pass instead of a run, things like that.
Were there a couple 3rd and 7s in the first half, it looked like, where you're just not going to put Hackenberg in a situation where he's going to throw the ball that you might have with a more veteran quarterback? Is that true or not?
I wouldn't say that that's true, Dave. I was more basing what I saw them do last year on 3rd down, 3rd and 5+. I felt like there was going to be a little bit more space, and we had thrown the ball, I think, almost 85% of the time last year on 3rd down. So I felt like maybe I'd get 2 high safeties and I could stick a run in there and get 6 yards. So that was more game planning by me, and it didn't work out too good.
Nothing to do with him being a freshman quarterback, right?
No, he can throw the football.
Okay.
Bill, can you comment on Obang's play in first extensive action at linebacker?
Yeah, he's a guy just like a lot of these guys, all these guys. It's just a real team guy. He's kind of a in-between guy. He plays on all the special teams. He's from right here in New York City, so it's a great homecoming for him. We've asked him to play safety. We've asked him to play linebacker. We've asked him to play nickel. We've asked him to learn how to blitz, how to play the run in the box, how to play coverage. So, what more can we ask of that guy? He's a fantastic kid, and he's a very important part of our program.
Do you have any updates on Hull and Laney?
No, I don't. I just got in. They whisked me right in here, Corey.
Obviously, depth is an issue. So when you see some guys go down, how much is that always going to be?
I want to say something about that. I think maybe a little bit of that's my fault. Depth's an issue for everybody. I really do. Everybody in the country has. If a good player gets hurt, that's not good for anybody in the country. So I think it's not an excuse for us. It's just, hey, next guy up, and that'll always be the case here, whether we have 85, 65, 15, 25, 5, 1, whatever they give us. It's the next guy up. Next guy is expected to go in there with a Penn State uniform on and play well. So, it's not good when someone gets injured on any football team.
On Hackenberg's touchdown pass to Lewis, can you describe all the good things he did on that play?
Who, Lewis?
No, Hackenberg.
Well, Lewis did a great job. Hackenberg didn't throw it. Lewis got in there, kept it skinny, and the safety was in the middle, and Lewis did a nice job on that. Allen Robinson drew some of the coverage on that, and Christian made a nice throw. So I think and I'll tell you what, on that play, Zach Zwinak blocked the blitzing linebacker and allowed Christian to step up. So on that football play, Christian probably did the least amount of work, and everybody else did a great job, and he made the throw, which is why he's on scholarship.
Coach, on that play, you had a freshman quarterback throwing to a redshirt freshman, Eugene Lewis. How is Lewis working into the offense? He had, 2 catches, including a touchdown.
Yeah, he's a great kid. He practices every day. He's durable. He's a guy that has a smile on his face every single day. Fun guy to coach. He and I kind of go back and forth, busting chops a little bit. He likes a certain type of music. I like a certain type of music. I felt happy for him that he was able to have a touchdown on his first day. So he's got a lot of improvement to do, just like all the young players. But we're looking forward to coaching him in the future.
Coach, I know it's more than just Hackenberg, but can you talk about him gaining confidence throughout the game? In the first half, it seemed like it was more shorter passes. Throughout the second half, he was gunning it a little bit longer. Was that him protecting, gaining confidence in his protection? Was that him trusting in protection, or was that more by design?
You'd have to ask him. He'll come in. He'll talk to you guys. You'd have to ask him that. I think he's a confident kid. I think he believes in himself, believes in his teammates, and he's got great poise, got a real good demeanor. He's a smart football player for a guy that's 18 years old. You got to give a lot of credit to Fort Union. And, Mickey Sullivan and the guys that coached him there, they did a real nice job with him because he's a well-coached guy coming in the door here. And he understands things, and he made some mistakes today, but, there's a lot to build on.
Tyler obviously had a mistake. How was he pretty disappointed he didn't get a little bit more of a chance?
Yeah, no, I'm sure he was, but, you know, at that point in the game, I just felt like it was best to go with Christian.
Bill, your young corners, in addition to Steven, looked like they both played aggressive. It was their debuts. Trevor and
Yeah.
Jordan, were you pretty happy with what they showed? They didn't look like they played scared at all.
Yeah, and Steve and Jack just asked me the same question, Bob, and that's a good question. I was proud of the way those guys played. Again, I got to watch the film. They're well coached by John Butler. He does a great job with them, and they stayed on top of routes. They thought they tackled well. That interception that Trev made at the end of the game, man, I'll tell you, that's a receiver that switched the corner making that interception. So, and you know, both guys are team guys. They love being on the team, and we're lucky to have them on the team.
It's a possession game, and you have Ficken go 3 of 3,
Yeah.
career long. How important was that? In
Yeah, I
terms
just said in the locker room, everybody went crazy. I said, you know, congratulations to Sam Ficken, you know, especially to all those tweeters after the Virginia game last year. I'd say he's done a hell of a job, and he deserves it. He's worked extremely hard, and look, it's only the one game, but I'd say he should be very proud of the way he kicked the ball today for Penn State.
Take one more. Coach, can you talk about the decision to put in Ferguson for that one drive?
Yeah, I told him before the game he'd play the third series of the game. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you. That was.